Welcome to the Report from Tiger Mountain, ladies and gentlemen. The aliens are here. Full disclosure has happened. There's somebody, who's been talking out of school. We're going to talk about the aliens. They're coming, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the Report from Tiger Mountain. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the aliens are here, apparently. There's been a hearing in the US Senate. The very people who've been telling you to kind of panic about coronavirus are now telling you to panic about aliens. So, of course, the conspiracy community, myself included, is deeply skeptical, ladies and gentlemen, deeply skeptical. Now, what's going on? Okay, why are they talking about this now? Well, there's been a meme that's been floating around during the coronavirus, and it's a group of aliens sitting there like kind of talking like, oh, we're nervous, we're up next. Because there's been a theory in the conspiracy community that they will use alien technology to kind of, fake an alien attack upon humanity. And then, of course, the result of the attack will be humanity must form together under a one world government. Ring a bell, anybody? From Oppenheimer and from COVID, to fight the aliens or do as the aliens say. I don't know how it will play out. But that's been the theory for a long time that that will actually happen. Of course, a lot of people have thought that sounds like complete rubbish, myself included. Really, I thought that doesn't sound like it will happen. But the fact that they're now coming out and saying the aliens are real is the kind of possible lead into this. Project Blue Book, which is the kind of code word that this project has been put under. Apparently, Project Blue Book, could use to kind of fake. Some kind of alien attack upon humanity that then the globalists, obviously it's going to be strange, isn't it? The aliens are going to have the exact same agenda as the World Economic Forum. Whoever knew? So, look, I do believe that aliens are real. I do think that humanity has been visited probably at different times of its evolution by an alien species. And I imagine they don't land here that often the way that we don't go to, say, that North Senegalese island where there's a group of savages who basically, if you land there on a boat, they throw spears at you and kill you. They're extremely xenophobic group of people in North Senegal Island. And we don't go there. We just leave it as a little sanctuary for these primitive tribes, and we leave them alone because it's like a kind of nature preserve. I imagine that's the way aliens view us. They think we're a bunch of savage arseholes, which is not far from the truth. And, and they probably just look in every now and then. They pop down, have a little look, flying in the UFO, do a little bit of probing there. They're up for a bit of probing. You got to look out for that. And, so I think that's what's going on. But I think maybe one or two of their spaceships has probably crashed. And I do believe America probably has one or two of them. And they probably have had an alien body. So, maybe some of what was being said on the Senate floor was, and in the inquiry, was correct. That aliens are real and that they have, discovered some of the technology. But I do believe that they're going to use it for nefarious reasons. I do believe they've probably had this technology probably since the Roswell incident, which is about 70 years ago now, and they've probably worked out how to use it now, and they've probably developed all kinds of nonsense. So I think that's what's going on with all this, and obviously we do need to watch it and see what happens. And even the globalists themselves might think, look, people are not going to buy this. I have no idea if they are going to go ahead with a kind of Project Blue Book kind of fake alien invasion. But it's kind of interesting that there was a time conspiracy theorists believed in UFOs, and most people were like, no. Now normies are saying UFOs are real, and everybody in the conspiracy movement are going, no, they aren't. So yeah, is it real? Is it not real? I mean, it's a very interesting question. I mean, to me, if aliens were real, why don't they just land on the White House lawn? Why don't they land inside the MCG or, land during the, like Super Bowl? Something that, like 100,000 people can see and no one could doubt. You know what I mean? And, I think they probably avoid the planet because we're a dangerous species. But I do think maybe they've crash landed, and I do think they've visited here for sure. So I think America has had access to this technology, and obviously the globalists, since they control America, have access to this technology, and they're interested in doing something with it. Exactly what it is, we don't know. It is interesting, as I've noted before, the way that it used to be conspiracy theorists who believed in all this kind of UFO stuff, and now normies are believing it, and we're doubting it. So that's a very interesting turn of events. But, that's just the way it is. So we have to see what plays out with the aliens. I don't know if they're coming. There's going to be a War of the Worlds situation, and I don't know, maybe it is real. Maybe, what they're saying is actually a full disclosure thing, and maybe there is no plan for some, fake alien invasion. I mean, that is a little far-fetched, I admit. But then, I think what happened with COVID is fairly far-fetched. What happened with September 11 is fairly far-fetched. And what happened with Oppenheimer, building the atom bomb, that was fairly far-fetched, if you existed before 1945. But anyway, these things happen. So, there it is. That's the report from Tiger Mountain from up in paradise here in Noosa. And I'll be back in Melbourne soon. So see you then.